What's up YouTube, and welcome back to some more golf with your friends. We are here doing Haunted Classic Mode under par for the achievement or trophy, and this is the first hole here, and we're going to do like a squeeze above 3 bars in order to pretty much dunk the ball for a hole-in-one. We're aiming straight as is, and I just want to mention that this game is getting tweaked every now and again with patches, so some of these shots might not work exactly as they do in the video in the future. However, you should get an idea of what to do from this video. Hole number 2, I'm going to do about 3 bars of power here, maybe a little bit more, 3 1/4, and we're going straight, and you're going to see that I missed the hole just off to the right, so you might want to aim a little bit more to the left in order to actually get a hole-in-one here, but either way it's an easy par. Hole number 3 is a fun one, which I ended up messing up a little bit. You're going to want to go about 2 1/4 power here instead of the 2 and a squeeze that I'm doing. We're going off the right side of that buckle in the wall, and we would go straight into the hole for a hole-in-one, but sadly I didn't put enough power, so I'm going to have to tap it in. Hole number 4 is another fun one. We're actually going to go back to the previous hole and score a hole-in-one off of it. And the way that we're going to do that is full power into the wall where I'm pointing, basically right to the right of that buckle in the wall there. And all we're going to do is just smash it, let it rip, and straight into the hole on the last course. For hole number 5, we want to turn to our left here, and we're going to go off the center of this buckle in the wall, and we're going to go full power and just let it rip. You should end up somewhere close to where I am, and I've actually turned a little bit too far to the right here, so you'll want to move a little bit more to the left than me. Go 3 power, and you should end up bouncing off of the fireplace and into the hole, rather than rolling past it, but if you do what I did right here, totally fine, you can easily get a birdie. Hole number 6, we're going to aim at the right side wall here. We're going like in the middle of these 2 buckles, and we're going to go full power and just let it rip. Just make sure that you're paying attention to where the cart is. There's a little cart that moves around this course. Make sure that it passes by before you let the shot go. Shot number 2, you want to time the cart, make sure that that goes past, and then we're going to go for this buckle right there in the wall. We're aiming pretty much at the center of that buckle, and we're going 2 power, maybe like a little bit extra over the 2, and we're going straight into the hole. For hole 7, we just need to time it so that the ghost isn't in our way, and we're going to look at this 3rd buckle down the wall here on the left side, and we're just going to whack it full power right off of it, and we should end up pretty close to the hole. For this second shot, you're going to want to aim a little bit more to the left than I am because of how this hill moves you, but either way, you'll get an easy tap in on the other side. For hole 8, this is actually a pretty easy hole-in-one. You want to aim at the right side of that bucket in the background, and you want to do like a squeeze less power than what I'm doing, and you'll see why in a moment. But essentially we're going to take this shot, and my shot ends up going just off of the hole like that. So a little bit less power, and you should get a hole-in-one. On hole 9, we're going to look all the way over here to the right side, and you should see like this line in the wall. We're just going to line up with that and go full power off of it in order to end up at the front of the next ramp. This shot can be a little bit tricky, but you want to aim where I'm aiming, try and use the checkered patterns on the ground, go about 3.5 power, you'll bounce out of bounds a couple times and then back onto the course, and an easy tap-in awaits you. Hole 10, we want to go a little bit right of center, and we're going to go full power in order to make the jump over to the next part of the course. Then from here, we want to line up with like the center of that wall in the background there, and we're going to go full power and we'll bounce off of it, take a couple more bounces, and go straight into the hole. So hole number 11 is one of these shots that may actually change with the game getting updated. We're going to go off the left side wall here full power and straight through this couch and back onto the course. Now there is a possibility that at some point they'll update it so that the couch has physics and that changes things, but just a heads up there, as of right now it is working, but it might not work in the future. Our first shot for hole number 12 is pretty simple. We're just going straight 100% full power. For our second shot, we're going to go full power just to the left of this corner piece here, and we're going to bounce off of a bunch of walls and then end up in the hole. Hole number 13, we're going to finish in 2 shots. In the first one, we want to aim basically at the line that makes up the like red and green books of the ramp, and we're going like 3.25 power here. We're going to take a bunch of bounces and end up right next to the hole for an easy tap in for our second shot. For hole 14, I mess up my timing here. We're going pretty much full power, and we want to go like right as the green kind of lines come out of the cauldron in order for us to get pushed up to the top and then straight into the hole for hole in one, but I mistimed it and ended up over it, but that's okay. We'll make it to the hole in par anyways from here, so no big deal. But if you do time it correctly, you will get a hole in one. Hole 15, this first shot is another one of those that may change as they tweak the physics because we're going to be bouncing off of the course and back on, but all we did was full power and a bit to the right side, and then from there we're going to go about 3 bars, a little bit over, and just straight ahead, and we'll end up right next to the hole for an easy tap-in. Hole 16, we're going to go like a little left of center, and we're going to go 3 and a little less than half bar, and we're going to go right off the corner and end up next to a ramp. From here, you're going to want to use a little bit less power than I do, so like 2 and a squeeze under 3, and you want to aim towards the middle green book on the second shelf so that you make it through here and straight into the hole. However, I missed the hole just slightly. For hole 17, I made a little bit of a mess of this one. I was trying to do some different trick shots and things, but nothing seemed to be working. So we're just going to play the hole out like normal and just follow along here. And you should get maybe a birdie. If not, you'll definitely get a par. For the final hole, we want to go a little bit on the right side of this ramp, and we're going to go full power so that we bounce off the top of the ramp and come out right on the opposite side here. And then we're going to bounce off of this far side wall, but we don't want to go full power. You'll want to do like 3.5 bars so that you're lined up with the next section. I had to do an extra shot in order to line myself up here. And then from here, we're just shooting for the hole. So we're going to go whatever the power you think you need here in order to get all the way to the end. And of course, time it so that you don't get hit by any of the axes. And you'll end up near the hole. You'll probably not actually go in. This green right here is weird and very bouncy, but I actually almost rolled in. But no big deal, you'll end up with either a birdie or a par on this hole pretty easily, and your achievement or trophy for getting this entire course under par. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you. If it did, please hit that thumbs up and subscribe for more achievements, trophies, and collectible guides, as well as more golf with your friends, as I will be covering every course under par. Also, feel free to check out my Fortnite challenge guides if you're into that, and until tomorrow, ta-ra!